आइपुग्यो डेनमार्कको मिल्यान भन्ने ठाउँमा आएको थिएन आज आइपुग्यो यता घुम्न जाने क्रममा यहाँ ब्रान्च हेर्छ हामीले काम गर्ने कम्पनी स्विस रिसिभ गरेर अब जाने हेलो नमस्ते सम्पूर्ण दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनी आमा बाबाहरूलाई आज हामी यो रेडिएसन होटलमा बस्नेछौँ भिजिट जानेछौँ माई बोस कम्पनी हामी 9:30 को बस्छौँ भनेर Hamburgमा छौँ अहिले फ्राइडे नाइटमा आइपुगेको अनि यहाँ पुग्यो अब 9:30 बजे अब यहाँबाट घुमाएर फोन लिएर जानुहुन्छ अरे ह्याम्बर्ग त्यो ठाउँमा चाहिँ घुमाउनु लानु हामीलाई यहाँ हाम्रो कम्पनी क्यान्टिन ग्यास्ट्रो कम्पनीले लिएर घुमाउनु आएको यहाँ जर्मनमा पनि आइपुग्यो कुनै बेला संसार हल्लाएको हिटलर भनेर भन्दै गरे संसार हल्लाएको बोल्नुलाई लागेको भनेर भन्दै त्यसकै गाउँमा आइपुग्यो आज यात्रा त भइसक्यो हो कहिले कता माथिमा हिँड्न लेखेर लिँदो रहेछ आज ह्याम्बर्गतिर छौँ हेलो ब्रदर उहाँ एकजना मात्रै हुनुहुन्छ मेरो नेपाली साथी हाई बङ्गलादेश फ्रम नेपाल हाम्रो बस आइपुग्यो यो होटलमा हामी बसेको घुम्ने मजाले Vær solbriller.
Jeg fandt jo lige sådan en æble.
Hvad med, jeg har også en hjemme.
Nej.
Hello. Thank you. दुई ताली बस भनेर दुई ताली बसमा फर्स्ट टाइम चढ्यो हिजो कोपेनहेगनबाट आइपुग्यो यहाँ एकजना हाम्रो हरि भन्ने साथीलाई पनि भेट भयो एकजना बस्ने हामी दुईजना छौँ आएर जाउँ त नेपाली त होइन मुनिमा दुई ताली बसमा चढ्यो म चाहिँ फर्स्ट टाइमै हो साँच्चै अनि ल त हामी अब आज ह्याम्बर्ग भिजिट गर्दैछौँ घुम्दैछौँ ल त्यहीँ भेट्दै गरौँला है त एकदम हेलो कार्सन मेरो एकदम राम्रो साथी सँगै काम गर्छु कार्सनमा म एकदम बेस्ट फ्रेन्ड मेरो है त एकदम रेस्पेक्ट गर्नुपर्छ आफूलाई ठुलोलाई है सानोमा आइपुग्छ ल त है हामी फेरि भेट्दै गरौँ जोडिँदै गरौँला अब बसबाट
Till then, you got the opportunity, for instance, to pick up a coffee there. They got very nice Italian coffee, or take a leak or whatsoever. So, awfully sorry, but you know, that's the traffic. Yeah. So, we start a little bit later. No problem. Cool. Heartily welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brilliant video.
Company चस्मा लगाउने
It's never too dark to make a fire.
Thank you so much, my friend. Oh. Hello, my friend. What is your name?
My name? Rodo.
Oh, Frodo.
I'm the Frenchie.
Anything but sleeping. Do we have any first timers like Hamburg wise? First timers. Where in Denmark are you from? All around. UK. That was one very proud Copenhagen person. UK. I have no idea where that is. I know Copenhagen because my sister lives there, but that's it. Okay. How come? I mean, Hamburg's not that far.
I don't get out much.
Because you're a chef. You're busy as hell. That makes sense. So welcome. This is the Speicherstadt. Heard about Speicherstadt before? This is the Speicherstadt thing. Alright? That bring more stuff. I had a person getting off a bus and asking me like, where's the fucking Speicherstadt? Take a look around maybe. Right? You're gonna do your boat trip later. So this is the old port, if you want to say so. Like you got the modern stuff over there, all these huge container vessels, and you got the old school stuff right here, but this is not the old school stuff. The old school stuff is, you see water here? That is basically the old port. That's it. A few canals, that's it. City direction, not that large, and for a long time it was enough. I mean, you're from Denmark, so you heard about the Hanse maybe? Yes. Yeah. Most of the Danes are like, fuck, what's that Hanse thing? I mean, you didn't like the Hanse guys and the Hanse guys didn't like you. So that kind of makes sense, right? It's a medieval trading union thing. It was not that union-ish. It was you had three different ones. You had the city of Cologne. You heard about Cologne, I guess. Hansestadt Köln. That sounds like bullshit, but it's true. Hansestadt Dortmund. Who's speaking German? Dortmund. Hansestadt Dortmund klingt richtig scheiße.
Ja.
That sounds shit, but it's true, right? So you had the Hanse Cologne till Paderborn. You had the Wendischen Hansestädte, which means Hamburg, Wismar, Rostock, and then you have the Baltics. The Riga, Tallinn, that is all Hanse stuff. Hamburg was pretty important for the whole Hanse thing, right? And each of the major Hanse towns had a certain specialty, something that they were really good in. What did Hamburg produce? Like quite a lot. It's what? What did he say?
Hamburgers. You've never heard that before.
Are you a dad?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, dad jokes. I mean, 10 out of 10. So guess what? It's not been hamburgers, but it's still fun and you can ingest it. It's yeah, that makes sense. Now we're talking, right? Yeah, it's beer. I mean, since you are real tourists, and we are in a certain time of the year, think about Germany and beer. What's the first image? Yeah, fuck you, Oktoberfest. Like people from, I don't know where our beer tour people later are gonna be from. I have no idea. But let's just say they're Americans. So let them think about Germany and beer. It's always Oktoberfest. They think we're all Bavarians. In fact, we're not. No, we're not. Thank you. We don't wear lederhosen over here. That's bullshit. The city of Munich had around 50 breweries, year 1400. City of Hamburg, 1400, let's say that 10,000 people living in town. How many commercial breweries? Huh? It's like 500. Which is insane. Like 500 breweries is pretty much insane. Like everyone was just making beer all the time. 500, yeah. And the beer was of very good quality. You heard about the Jungfernstieg? Jungfernstieg? You are bad tourists. I'm not going to show you around Jungfernstieg. I mean, that's somewhere over there. It's that postcard thing with a fountain, Alsthaus, shopping, blah, blah, blah. And Jungfernstieg roughly translates to Maiden's Walk. And as a bourgeois from Hamburg, you would take out your unmarried daughter on your weekend, on your Sunday's walk, and you would look for a beautiful unmarried.
There is a bridge there.
This, as I said, it's always been a coffee warehouse, and you always had a special person, the Quartiersmann. That was, let's just say, the owner of this whole thing. If you were having a coffee shop in town, you would not own a warehouse over here. That's a little too large. There was the Quartiersmann, and he was a professional in his area, like coffee or tea, and you would just approach that guy, hey, I need blah, 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 and he would make that ready for you, right? These things are now used in different fashions. You have office buildings, you got over there's showrooms for fashion brands, you got your coffee roaster, you got your tea stuff. It is not the classic warehouse thing anymore, but most of it is still in use. I just really like that building, especially from the inside, because this is the older part, and the newer part, 1920s. They did not use steel stuff inside, they used wood, like massive wood things, and just, it makes it look cozy. Plus, they have that cat shit coffee. He just heard cat shit. Oh, I'm there. I've seen you for the first time. That's the weird. Okay. Who tried that cat shit coffee before? I haven't. Is it any good?
No.
Nah. But they do all kinds of stuff with shit nowadays, right? Did any one of you drink that shit whiskey from Namibia? That's what it is. The malt stuff is dried on smoke that is produced by burning elephant shit. It's like elephant shit whiskey. I wonder how do we call it? Glen Tasty. That's only fun for those people. No, but it actually takes your time. So, we're gonna walk in there, just take a look. By the way, if you need a nice cafe at some point, come back, blah, blah, blah. Go in there. Right? It is not only very good coffee, prepared in a good way. I mean, you know about making coffee, and you know if you have Siebträger shit, classic coffee making device, you're gonna mess it up for the first month, I guess. How many kilograms of coffee do we waste? We wasted a lot, right? These guys know how to make coffee. That means not only good coffee, great coffee machine, these guys know their shit, and they sell a piece of cake for like $4.50, which is insanely cheap for you Denmark people. $4.50, what? Yeah. It's sad but true. Yeah. So let's go.
Where'd you get the jumper from?
What?
Ay, 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 ay.
Chaba.
See, man, hamburger. Yeah, what fucking told it? Hamburger.
Wow.
So where's our coffee roaster?
Coffee roaster is here.
It's a bit small. It's like a brewery. I'm making the same joke that I did with years ago. It's like, this looks like my parents' garage. So if you want to make coffee,
Coffee roaster, right?
if you ever have good coffee, you cannot switch off. That's impossible. You try to switch. Yeah, it's all good. I remember that I didn't have good quality coffee at home, and then I bought a pack of what was it, make the first coffee, and then decided to let's just not make another coffee from that stuff. It is a little bit different. You can put
1865 rand, right?
80 grams. 80 grams. From here, it's 60 kilograms. The process is just brewing and making coffee, by the way. You can just scale it up, and it is just still the same thing.
Ich wollte schon nach vorne gehen.
It takes some time to learn. Think about it. You roast for, let's say, 20 minutes to cool that shit down. Make 1 ton of coffee. That's going to take you an entire day. And that is why a kilogram of coffee from a small roaster is always going to be a little more expensive. But not only is it going to be better quality, ethically it's also going to be a way better thing. Because if you buy a kilogram of coffee for, let's say, 10 euros, or 15, that's also very cheap. I mean, someone has to grow that stuff, they gotta pick it, they gotta, it's a lot of stuff to do, and a very low price. If you buy coffee from a small roaster, oftentimes they will have a direct connection to the people producing it, to the farmers, so you know everyone gets a fair share of the whole thing, right? Plus, you don't get what we call Fauki-Bauki. Fauki-Bauki means you have bad coffee. Good coffee doesn't hurt. Good coffee just, right? Do you need a coffee? You can grab one for takeaway if you want. Is there anyone? You need a toilet. That's down there. Bad coffee. Oh, that's a toilet. Come here. So no.
Only? Thank you. पुरानो कफी सपमा आएर खानु पऱ्यो हल्का ब्राउन सुगर हाल्नु पऱ्यो
It also tastes like coffee, which is pretty nice. It's actually the best coffee liqueur in the world. I'm pretty sure. Is there any person that does not want alcohol, but instead would rather take the coffee beans and chocolate? We got 1 coffee beans and chocolate. What? Come on, that's embarrassing. Just make the fucking food. You want that coffee beans shit? You want coffee beans? Good. So we got 1 lonely coffee bean. Okay, let me just count you. I'm not counting you exactly, which is.
Showcat, you're not going to drink the alcohol, right? No. You have to take. No alcohol. You have to say.
Okay, let's go. Who does produce? Who produces? Who is?
Until everybody has one, and then we say stop. Yeah? Yeah, come in, guys. So came through. Come on.
Excuse me. Hello. Excuse me.
Some people are small.
Come in, come through. Yeah, the glasses are hot. The glass is hot because the other group was before.
8310? I'm sorry, you're making a video.
Thank you.
This little shot. Okay, the glass is put left and right. We collect it afterwards.
Put it somewhere. If you need a bottle, just grab a bottle. If you don't need a bottle.
I think it's not worth because the transport costs are so tremendous that you really have to order.
That's very good.
I hate fish because it tastes like fish. Why ever? Why would you get a fish brötchen? Why? Why? Because why? Fish. I mean, they have monopoly. That usually is not good for the quality of a product. The only guys that there's like 100 better options for a fish brötchen. I just wouldn't trust a place that has no customers over the day. Like as you can see, there's lots of life here. It's insane, right? Just don't know where to step. It's so many people. And this is the latest part of the town of Hamburg, and this is the oldest part of the Hafen City. And the Hafen City, they started constructing it in the early 2000s. It's a place for your regular resident, your average Hamburg person. It's not social housing. It's shitty fucking expensive. And what you get is another thing. Like you get basically nothing. If you pay 2,000 to 3,000 euro rent per month, just get yourself a flat in a nice area. In the end, you don't come here. It's usually for people that are not from Hamburg, internationals. But you also have many flats that are just somebody bought it, and that's an investment. Or your manager flats where someone lives for like 2 weeks a year, but there's not a lot of life going on. This thing has been one of the, when the port grew a little bit, this was constructed before the Speicherstadt, late 1860s. We have the Sandtorkai here and we have the Kaiserkai over there. And this was the port area before it turned into the Speicherstadt, basically. And nowadays it's the Traditionsschiffhafen. And that is why you have amazing Traditionsschiffe, like old historic boats. I mean, that's one. I'm impressed. That one. You see? And, oh wow. There's so much else. There's nothing really. And this area is quite dead. To me, it's still a little weird to say that out loud, but the coolest thing in this area is the Elbphilharmonie. The one building over there. It's quite aesthetic. Actually, I like it. For a person that grew up in Hamburg, it's a different story a little bit, because constructing that thing over there, it took Hamburg a while, let's just say. It was 10 years approximately. Initial price was, they said like 77 million, 51 by the city of Hamburg. In the end, it was like 900 million. Yeah, €500 million from the city of Hamburg alone. But in the end, there were so many people already, so it's good. It's all fine, right? And for your average person living in Hamburg, you can even enter this place and buy a ticket for 30 or 40 euros. That's quite okay. And it's been built on top of an old warehouse, Kai Speicher A. That's been built in the early 60s, and it was a Speicher, a warehouse for coffee and for tea. And now, I asked a question already. Early 1960s, for how long did you do port stuff in there? It was like 10 years. And after that, So what you're gonna do? Let's build the Elfi on top of it. Did the Elfi need the hotel? No. Did anyone need the 40 flats that are in that building, like private flats? No. Is it okay? And do tourists come because of that thing? Yes. And that's why it is okay in the end, right? Did you go there already?
No.
You don't remember anyway. Yeah, that whole Birmingham.
He climbed it last day.
He climbed it, and that is actually something that I don't like seeing. They have to clean the windows sometimes. That's another funny story, because when they built it, they were like, okay, it's special windows. They have like a lotus effect, so you don't have to clean these windows. Guess what? Of course you do have to clean the fucking windows. I mean, there is a port area over there, and these guys, they don't filter everything out, you know? So 2 times a year, you got special climbing people from Berlin coming over, cleaning that stuff for 6 figures. 2 times a year. And they have fun at work, which is insane. Like, I'm scared of heights. And when I see them cleaning, I'm like that. I don't like it at all. Go there if you haven't been. It's nice, it's lovely. Otherwise, my boss is going to tell you about this thing a little bit more during your boat trip. It's pretty short. Now let's talk about Denmark a little bit. Why Denmark? Does that make sense? It does.
Oh, I mean,
One of the 2 major landmarks. You had the Kaiserspeicher and the church, St. Michael. And that view over there is not a view from Hamburg. In 1930, this was a part of Prussia. Like the whole Hamburg thing, it's a 1930s invention. Before that, it was without Altona, it was without the southern parts, it was without some of the eastern parts. That was all Prussia. And before it was Prussia, it was what? Yeah, in Denmark, right? Altona. What about Altona? Next part of town in that direction, and that was for a long time the 2nd largest town in Denmark after Copenhagen. Right? Until the German-Danish War, that's when it became Austria for 2 years, but we don't talk about that. Right? After that, it was Prussia. Everything went well, but before that, it was really Denmark. And this was also important for the port work in general, because they had the Zeitball, the huge ball. Once a day it dropped, and it produced a lot of noise. So all of your port working guys could set that clock, like 12 o'clock. Makes sense. And this is from a time where port and residential areas were pretty much the same thing. if you just take a look over here, this is the Santokai, so where we are standing, somewhere over here. When it was constructed, 1860s, you had people living over there. They had their gardens and stuff. So port work and residential areas was pretty much the same thing. Over there you can tell even more. This is Nick. So you can see port, residential area, same thing. And let's imagine we have sailor Nick. This is sailor Nick. Right? Container vessel Nick, how many Nicks does he have on board?
7.
For the small ones. For the large ones, might be like 20, 25, that's enough. Like 5 Nicks and 15 guys from the Philippines. Right, Nick? But we get that cheap shit from Temu very fast. Like cocaine for the Reeperbahn also important. Thank you, Nick. Now, going back in time a little bit, we can tell, just by looking at Nick, he's a Mediterranean type of guy. Boom, and Katharin. And is there anything special about that thing, for example? St. Nikolai, the black one. Anything special? Yeah, it's neo-Gothic, yeah? Looks like the Kölner Dom because it was constructed at the same time, 1870s. And one thing that this one has in common with the Kölner Dom is they both have been the largest building in the world after they finished constructing it. So this one with 147 point blah meters was the highest building in the world once for a few years. And it is still the 5th highest church tower in the world. And all our major churches, like St. Michael, St. Petri, Katharin, Nikolai, they're all within the top 30 highest churches in the world. It's something that I just looked that list up like 1.5 years ago and I was like, what the fuck, Hamburg. And this to me is always like, it's like your shite, your oil guy building a huge hotel in the middle of the desert. It is a very, let's just say, male thing to do. Does it make sense? Yeah. It has a religious connotation, but in the end, it's some kind of penis enlargement thing, right? Nowadays, you got your sheikh building a huge hotel in the middle of the desert. Back in the day, you had your wealthy people from Hamburg building a church, which was good for their soul, and also looks nice nowadays. And you can go on top if you want. That's an elevator. If you don't like heights, I don't recommend that. I hate it, right? You can also go on top of St. Michael. Very much recommend it. And
dann auch leichter.
ये तो फोटो कितना मर गए
This interesting building following right up, it's the Altona Fish Auction Hall. We had 2 of them. One was the Altona Fish Auction Hall, and on the left-hand side there was also the Hamburg Fish Auction Hall, but that one was teared down in the 70s. Altona, and that's where this fish auction hall belongs to, was a sovereign city till 1937. So Hamburg was bordering close to another city, Altona, and in the history, Altona has been Danish for centuries. It was the second biggest city of Denmark. Nowadays, it's just part of Hamburg. height up is around about up to 65 meters. This one is not so big because the big ones, they got a total capacity of 24,000 containers on top, and this one I guess has got around about 8,000. That's why we got some army choppers in the air and so on. When we pass now this container ship, you can see these white tuck marks. This is painted onto the hull to look mark the places where deep sea tucks can push the ship to maneuver it in the harbor, because these ships are not allowed to enter or leave the harbor of Hamburg under their own engine. Because these ships, they need a certain amount of speed to maneuver. Otherwise, as long as you ain't got no pressure on your steering board, it is not capable to maneuver. So, but the speed needed, therefore, would be too high to get into brakes. Because such a big vessel got a braking range for a full brake of around about 10 sea miles. Yeah, so it would and was set ashore. Was falling on the ground or drowned in the air. Oh, there you can see on the pier a real large amount of shipping propellers ready for deliverance for new ships to be built. Inside we're passing the arenas or theaters for the musicals, Lion King, and the other one is called Michael Jackson. Yeah. Hamburg is the musical city of Northern Europe. We got so many musical theaters here, and musical city. Companies offering your car to buy your car, and they're bringing all these cars down here to the harbor to transport them to Africa. small ships you can sail.
First of all, you get food and beer. Therefore, each one of you has to pick up 2 tokens. We're in Germany, it's fucking token time. We're analog. It used to be paper until what, 2 months ago? Fucking paper. We like to kill trees. Alright. 1 token is for the I met an Englishman in a bar and I told him about a guy from Birmingham. He was like, call him a Rummy, he's gonna like it. The area, this whole block behind me, once was a brewery. The Bavaria St. Pauli Brewery, which was located here for more than 200 years. And this was the brewery which created the beer, Astra. Well, throughout their history, they went broke several times. And even once upon a time were bought by the city of Hamburg. Why they went broke? Because our mayor at that time was a brewing master at Astra in his civil occupation. And then it was sold to the hardest competitor, Holsten Brauerei, which was a sacrilege. Nevertheless, they started a new marketing campaign on Astra with a very small amount of money and a small agency, and they started a campaign which was claimed Astra, something new, or was dagegen. And it made such a, how you call that nowadays, it's a protest claim gigantically. It is homophobic, it is sexistic, it is whatsoever. And it's a certain generation, you know, claiming for that, the so-called hipsters. And nevertheless, it was very successful. And the ones who are consuming it nowadays the most are the hipsters. It's quite absurd, but nevertheless, these breweries here in the center of Hamburg, Holsten like Astra, they never worked successfully anymore, and so they were sold to one of the biggest brewing company in the world, to Carlsberg. And Carlsberg took a closer look at that and said, oh, there are 2 brewing areas right in the city center of Hamburg. These are top range real estates. We're gonna sell them, tear down the breweries, and build a new brewery on the outskirts of Hamburg. That's when this brewery was teared down 20 years ago. And a new area was built with a hotel, with business area, and of course some flats. And with these flats, the so-called gentrification of St. Pauli started. Because since then, St. Pauli became hip. You know, all the people move here, which in former times weren't even let into the clubs. Lifestyle lefties, social or eco-fascists, and old-time aged gay social therapists, and so on. And so this area started to change, and this gentrification really changes the whole quarter, because the people who once belonged to St. Pauli or made St. Pauli, they cannot afford the living here anymore. A regular flat with 3 to 4 flats, it's almost as expensive as in the harbor city. You pay around 1,500 to 2,000 euros a month. And the people moving here, they think it's a
a leisure time and environment, and not thinking about it as an amusement quarter. And that's why they, late at night at 10 o'clock or so, call the police that the club or pub downstairs, the music gets shut up. It's very sorry for the city of Hamburg, because it's the last remaining amusement quarter we have. We lost so many in the last 50 years due to this gentrification, and it's the last one. And it may last 10, maybe 15 years, and it'll be all gone. So when you get the opportunity tonight to make a stroll through this area, do so that you can tell your relatives about it. It'll be dead and gone in around 10 to 15 years. Shot by the hipsters, or like we call them, the ass breathers. And right behind you, you see an area where, for your information, later in the evening, you should not make photos. Because this area, starting on the street, David Street, next to the side, Silversack, and a piece of the Reeperbahn and this Eric Street. In this area, the so-called open prostitution is allowed, starting 8 o'clock in the evening. And in this area, the horse can also proactively speak to possible customers. And in this area are also the whorehouses and of course the Herbert Street. And neither the horse nor their customers loved to making pictures of, even accidentally. And we do not have a big discussion culture here on St. Pauli. So in this area, you shouldn't make any pictures, okay? Starting 8 o'clock. Okay, but therefore, first of all, we're going to take a look at the Herbert Street now. Come on. And art is free. Yeah, that's why they got painted naked women. It's a reminiscent of the old times. Which is no longer anymore, due to the fact that 20 years ago prostitution was legalized in Germany. So no one has to come to Hamburg. We got whorehouses everywhere. So that's why
Oh, kalt.
Jeg dufter faktisk, den dufter også til gengæld godt. Faktisk.
Den kan du ikke lide, den er vild. Men den er kold.
Ja,
a hierarchy underneath each other. The Great Freedom Road, große Freiheit, is for the rednecks. The Hans-Adler-Straße is for the suburb girls, but this street is for the people of Hamburg. It's not excluding, it's just because the tourists often do not dare to enter the street, out of 3 reasons. Reason number 1, when you come down from the enlightened Reeperbahn entering this road, it's a little bit darker. So some do not feel comfy. And right at the entrance, you will be greeted by the drinking nobili, which is residing there. Sometimes also a little bit annoying. And then you have to pass by the so-called bum bars. Bum bars are bars. We name them because they're open all around the clock every day here. So no matter when you're thirsty, you can enter, have a drink. And the most famous one is over there, the Elbschlosskeller. It's more than 70 years old, and in these 70 years it gained the nickname the hardest bar of Germany. It has been. Because due to its fame in social media and not ending stream of poverty tourists, raised the niveau a little bit. at the end of the road. Here, come on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oriental lamb sausages.
Wow, lamb burger. So nice.
And this boxing cellar is the heritage of one man, Hanne Kleine. Even in his juveniles, he was a very successful amateur boxer with 16, 17, with a small handicap because he came out of a town named Magdeburg, which at that time was the GDR. But he was so good at boxing that he joined the national boxing team of the GDR, and that was his ticket to the other side. Because after a competition in Frankfurt, Main, he didn't find a way to the main station, so the train left without him, and he was in the Golden West. He very soon came to Hamburg and started a pimp career here in the red light district, which at that time was the world's largest. But in 1974, he got the opportunity to make a bar out of this shack upstairs. And the 70s were the golden time for pub owners, because all you had to have were 4 walls in the ceiling. Here in Germany, the complete interior design or equipment was sponsored to you by the breweries. So Hannah asked for support here in Hamburg. We had some brewers, even more than today. But they all said, nice idea, but we don't do it. Due to the fact that now, like in former days, this bar is laying side by side to the biggest whorehouse on the Reeperbahn. Nowadays it's called Pink Palace, but at that time the name was Palais d'Amour. And they didn't want to have their billboard sign directly beside of a whorehouse. So he went on tour through all Germany. He's been in Berlin, at Kindle, Dortmund, Union, wherever. And they all said, okay, fine, but we don't do it. Till he ended up in a small town named Munich. And at that time, they didn't have any internet. So they didn't know any better. And that's how he became, or he got a brewery contract by a company named Hackab Shaw. That's why we're drinking Bavarian beer. Because it is served here more than 50 years, and it was the first Bavarian beer bar in the north of Germany. It was also a big challenge for the brewery, because it was a local brewery serving their bars and pubs in Munich with horse carriages. And first of all, they had to buy themselves a lorry to support the bar here in the north, but the lorry drivers themselves, they beat each other up on the courtyard of the company. Yeah. We'll send him quiet for a while. Okay, cool. Everybody got his beer? Yes. No. Right here? Is it enough? It's enough. Okay, cool. No problem.
Sammeln hier.
It's Sex on the beach. Sex.
All of my friends. Hamburger. सब हाम्रो कम्पनीमा काम गर्ने हामी छौँ जर्मनको ह्याम्बर्गमा रुममा सुत्नु पर्यो अब लाग्यो के भन्नु लागेको हो room 21 22 Kështë të i tajme në so nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, all night. Got it. My room is this here. Namaste सबैजनालाई सबै नेपाली दाजुभाइ आमा बाजेबोजुहरूलाई नमस्ते नमस्कार सेवा ढोक छ दसैँ तिहारको पनि शुभकामना छ दसैँ तिहार हुनेछ भर्खरै उठ्यो यो ह्याम्बर्गको यो होटल रेडिसनमा बसियो भर्खर उठेको अनि यहाँबाट ल टक्क ह्याम्बर्गको यस्तो छ सिटी
Hi. 21, 22. Okay, thank you. Breakfast time. 2024. Beans, potato, sauces, egg, apple, this one bread, Caesar. That's a bag.
Yeah.
यहाँ चाहिँ के गरेर Hello, my friend. Morning.
Bonjour, ça va bien?
Hello. Group chat kan? Hello, morning. Good morning. Breakfast. Hi, Carson.
Morning.
Chris.
Ja, we hebben een auto fresh.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, madam. How are you? Good? How are you? Breakfast गर्नु पर्यो ब्रेकफास्ट मेरो मेरो ब्रेकफास्टमा चाहिँ यो छ रेडी भइयो अब चेकआउट गर्नु पर्यो ल यो रुमलाई पनि थ्याङ्क यू धन्यवाद ल अब चेकआउट गर्नु पर्यो जानु पर्यो है त यस्तो दामी थियो
Break for 6 in Kolding, and then directly afterwards Copenhagen. Enjoy your stay, have a good nap, and yeah, we get back to you later. Where's God?
Hamburg सक्यो back to Copenhagen.
The one that played the trumpet. Yeah.
साथी कार्ड्स एक ग्रुप चाहिँ यहाँ युल्यान्डमा रहँदैछन् फर्कियो ब्याक युल्यान्डमा Finally, for you, Copenhagen, back to Copenhagen. Finally, for you, Copenhagen for you.